Well, all of this stuff, like I said, is customizable. So say I don't want this dark background on the top module over here. Let's click on those buttons. Let's go to Style. Let's go to the background overlay. Actually, the background, okay. Yep, background overlay. We want a classic overlay. We want to add perhaps an image, and I'm going to drag one from my computer and upload that. Insert, and there we go, we've changed that image. And we can also change the opacity, whatever suits your website. You can also change the text, of course, change the images. Nice one. Change all the colors, for example, etc., etc. I can even get rid of a whole entire block by clicking on the X over there, but I think you get the point. You can even change all of the images here, the text of course, and the social links. Anything that you need to change, just click on that item and you'll see it come up, and you'll be able to customize that, or even right click and delete that particular thing at any time. So that's the quickest way to create a page. Now let's click the publish button, and then we can preview our changes. There we go, we've created this in as little as a few minutes. With a few tweaks and color changes, this will look fantastic. If you have any questions about any of that, let me know in the comments below. But just for the record, I'm going to go back into the WordPress dashboard and show you what a pre-built template looks like. So let's exit to our dashboard. And then let's create that other page. Edit with Elementor. And now I'm going to select that pre-built template and save that, just to prove to you that it's easy to set up an entire page in as little as about a minute. There we go. And I'll click publish. And let's have a look at the changes. There we go, brand new page, and it looks absolutely amazing. The easiest way to create pages on your new WordPress websites. By the time you've created all your pages and added them to the menu, I want to let you in on a little nuance that will make a big difference to your website. If you hover over any pages that you've added to a drop down, you'll see that the URL, or let's go to that in fact, let's go to these two pages. They're both pages under the services parent page. So you may have some parent pages and some child pages. The parent page URL, so services for example, should be your website / whatever that parent page is. Now for the child pages such as consultancy, because it's under that item there, it should be consultancy. However, you'll see the URL is not that, and it's / just consultancy without the services. So that's not ideal. In terms of a website hierarchy, we do not want that. You want child pages of a particular item above it to reflect that they are one level deeper. So how do we do that? Go to any pages that you need to change the URL of. So let's take consultancy as an example. Let's go to edit page. You'll see there's a URL over here, that's the default URL, but what we need to do is go down to the page attributes section. So click on the arrow that opens up the page attributes. Then parent page, select the parent page for this particular item, and in this case it's services, and then click update. You'll notice that this URL is now changed. This page here is now a child page of services. So now when you go to that page, the actual website URL now reflects that proper URL structure. So let's take this one as another example. It's a level deeper than services in this example. So let's edit page. Let's go down, page attributes, parent page, services, update. Now this page also reflects the proper URL structure. So just keep in mind your website hierarchy. Whenever you have pages and subpages, make sure you carefully select the parent page so that your WordPress website's URLs correctly reflect that. So it's great for search engines, and it's also very, very good for your human users as well, because they can see exactly where they are within the hierarchy of your website. So there's a little tip, a little nuance that will add massive impact to your website's performance and your user experience. So you've created all of these amazing pages, but you can't see any of them in your WordPress menu. So now I'm going to show you how to add those pages into your WordPress website menu. So let's go back into the dashboard, click on that, let's exit to the dashboard. So what you need to do is go to Appearance and then Menus. The menu structure that comes up here, just ensure that the primary menu is checked. If it's not, do that. But when it is, this is the menu structure of your website at the moment. So Home, About, Services, Projects, Contact. Home, About, Services, Projects, Contact. So now we want to customize this menu. You may have added a whole lot of new pages. So how do we get them on there and manage this menu? So the first thing is we can drag and drop things to any order we want them to appear. And when we do that and click save, that will take effect on the front end. We can also click a drop down and then remove any particular page we don't want to appear in the menu. When you do this, it doesn't delete the page, it just removes it from the navigation menu. Thirdly, you can go and select pages that you've already created. So I just created one for consultancy and for product management, so I can tick them and add to menu. Currently, if I click save and then refresh my website, this is the order in which the pages will appear, but you might not want that for the simple reason that product management and consultancy, you can't see it at the moment because there's not enough space, is part of our services. So we want them to appear under the services drop down. So what we have to do is just drag that up to the thing that you want it to appear under and indent that, just like that, so that that becomes a sub item of the page above it, the parent item. Similarly, you can do that with any other pages, and rearranging that order over there allows you to manage the order in which they appear in the drop down. So let's save that menu and I'll show you what that looks like. Perfect. We have this drop down, but not so perfect because this is white and we cannot see the actual words behind it, and that's just a little bit of color management, which I'll get to in a second. But first, the other thing you can do in the menu is also create custom links. So say you want to add a link to a URL which may not be a page or a post or anything like that, just a random URL. So I'll enter that URL in there and we can call this home. We've already got one, but this is just an example. Add that to the menu. I'll get rid of that. And that's just a custom link to that particular page. You can add a link to any page you want anywhere on the internet. Save that. Alright, so we've customized our menu. However, the drop down menu is coming up as white. That is because it's a white background and it's white text, so it's all blending in. So what you need to do to fix that is go back into the dashboard and go to Customize, Appearance and Customize. Then go to Colors and Background. Go to the header, Transparent Header. So at the moment it looks like that, but what you need to do is just scroll down and under the sub menu, so this is now a sub menu, we need to change the background color to reduce transparency, and now you can see the words. So I've just reduced this from full transparency to no transparency so you can see the words.